What's up, Ohio? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Broulis Beat Report. I am your host, Nick Broulis. This edition of the Broulis Beat Report is brought to you by Fandom.com as well as Cafe 80s. For those of you that absolutely love 80s music and you like to go out and dance to live 80s music, please feel free to visit thecafe80s.net and check out where they'll be at in a bar near you. As a matter of fact, I believe 9/23, that's a Friday, they will be at Nathan's Patio. If you're in the Canton area and you're looking to go out and have a good time and listen to some good quality 80s music, please feel free to come on out and check them out. Yeah, I'm hot. That was a deep breath because I'm hot. And it's not so much just because of the weather we're dealing with right now, but it's because the playoff race in baseball is getting really tight and it's getting really hot between the teams, especially if you're fans of the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. Woo, buddy. Yeah, it's getting hot. Now, for those of you, let me just say this right now, that do not follow me on Twitter. You might want to, because this guy learned how to make a poll on Twitter. Some of you are on Twitter right now are probably like, wow, it took you this long to figure that out. Well, I had some free time at work today. I figured it out. So, I posed my first ever poll on Twitter today. Had nothing to do with football whatsoever. It was simply this. If you're a Cleveland Indians fan, do you think that the Cleveland Indians are going to make it to the playoffs? Some of you may say, oh, you're crazy. What are you thinking? Indians are 4.5 games up on the Tigers right now. Think about how much time we have left to go in the season. We still have a little bit more than a month and a half of baseball left to go. And guess what? It's against the Royals and the White Sox and the Twins and the Detroit Tigers. And guess what? The final 2 series for the Indians are on the road. The first of those 2 series is up in Detroit, and the final series of those 2 is over in Kansas City. If you're an Indians fan and you're just assuming that they're going to make the playoffs, you might want to not hold your breath on that, because there's a good chance that they won't make the playoffs. And to continue on with my poll question I threw out there on Twitter earlier today, it was a simple 3-question answer. Yes, no, yes, but it will be the wild card spot. And do you really think the Indians want to have a 1-game playoff against, say, Baltimore, Boston, maybe even Detroit, maybe Toronto? I don't think Texas is going to fall that far down. I think it's a little late for them to fall that far down. But really, do you want to have a 1-game playoff with any one of those teams? Because I certainly don't. I do. I'm intrigued by the 1-game playoff that they put into place just a couple of years ago. But I don't want the Indians to have anything to do with it, even if we do host it. Because if you remember back in 2013, we hosted the Tampa Bay Rays and we got beat. So I want no part of it. Now, a lot of this, the Indians, they put themselves in the situation because, in my opinion, while over the last week I'd say the starting rotation, the pitching, it's gotten a little bit better, but it's still not to where it was back in May and July. So that's concerning me a little bit. Also, and what a coincidence it is that one of my good friends is a big Tigers fan, told me, he said, I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, they've been overachieving all season on offense. And guess what? As much as I hate to admit to it, that's actually been the case. The Cleveland Indians were not supposed to be able to score 5, 6, 7, and at times 8 and 10 runs a game. they have been overachieving on offense. Thankfully they have, but maybe it's starting to catch up with them. And maybe it's the fact that they've only had one day off. I think it's been, I can't remember, was it like a week or two ago they had one day off in their last 20, 22, 23 days? It's rough. The season is a grind and it's so long. So if you think that the Indians are a shoo-in to make the playoffs, you've got another thing coming. I certainly don't think it's a guarantee, and you shouldn't either. And don't be one of those people that puts on the red, white, and blue glasses of the Indians and say, oh, you know, what are you talking about? I'm just telling you right now, facts are facts. There's no guarantee that the Indians are going to make the playoffs. And unfortunately, we're not a big home run hitting team, and we have to manufacture a lot of our runs, you know, with stealing bases and the whole small ball thing. So, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, especially if you watch the Indians a lot. You should have noticed this by now. Napoli's cooled off a little bit. Santana's cooled off a little bit. Naquin, he's still doing good, but he's cooled off a little bit. Everybody has cooled off from an offensive standpoint that was doing really well in May and June and July. So it's definitely something to look at. But I'm really hoping that they can survive this and make it to October. So that does it for this edition of the Broulis Beat Report. My name is Nick Broulis. And for those of you that have a chance, please get on Fathom.com. I'm writing a whole bunch of different articles. Most of them you'll be able to notice lately have been about football because I've been doing a lot of the divisional predictions regarding the NFL season and whatnot. But please feel free. And real quick, if you don't follow me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter account is @N as in Nancy, B as in boy, ROULIS. And get on there and answer that question if you'd like. I would really appreciate it. So again, thank you for watching this edition of the Broulis Beat Report. My name is Nick Broulis. Thanks, and have a great day.